What a night for Arsenal. What a night. Unexpectedly, Man City draw 2-2 at home with Nottingham Forest, and Arsenal get a magnificent win. 1-0 away at Brighton. The performance was not magnificent. Let me get that right. The performance wasn't great at all, but the magnitude of the 3 points could be crucial towards the end of the season. I mean, again, you're looking at these games thinking this is probably a game we're probably going to drop points. I predicted a 1-1 draw in my prediction. And again, it was a tough game. Very tough game, man. Like, we didn't play well at all, in my opinion, going forward. Our attack wasn't great. But defensively, I've got to say and praise Arsenal, man. There were some absolute warriors, fighters out there in defense. For me, my man in the match was Nkapie. For me, he was everywhere. On the left, in the middle, heading out, balls into the box, left, right, and center, winning second balls. Very, very aggressive. Very good with his pace on the wing, and he was fantastic in terms of his overall performance. Same with Gabriel as well. He was a monster. Great blocks. He actually saves Reyes' blushes in the first 2 minutes. He gives the ball straight to Baleba. Baleba with a fantastic chip, and Gabriel on the line heads it away for a corner. But yeah, I thought he was solid. Timber again, 1v1s, back to his best, in my opinion. He was winning the ball back quite a lot as well. Mascara, again, I feel like he had a decent game. Obviously, got caught with a yellow card early, so he had to kind of walk a tightrope, but fair play and credit to the manager, because Mikel Arteta actually brought him off at the right time, man, because again, there was another challenge where potentially he could have gave away a penalty with a potential foul on Minter when he came on at half time. Mikel took him off for kind of fury, and we actually gained a bit of momentum. But let's get into the game. Make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel. Fantastic start for Arsenal. Aside from that David Raya mistake, it was actually Bukayo Saka on the right-hand side, got onto his left foot, has a shot, which I'm always praying he shoots more on and has his shots more on target, because, again, anything can happen. Takes a big deflection, goes through the Brighton keeper's legs to make it 1-0. And then, to be fair, after that, we kind of just sat back, and to be honest, credit to Brighton. They were very good off the ball. They were very good in terms of their kind of pressing. We could not get even a couple of passes together. We were struggling really to kind of gain any momentum in the game. They were winning all the second balls. They were very good in possession in terms of being able to kind of press us and keep the ball themselves quiet for a long period of time. And yeah, they were excellent in terms of nullifying us in terms of chances. We didn't have another shot in the half, I don't think. So yeah, we were 1-0. We kind of sat back ourselves. And again, the attackers, man, didn't really provide anything substantial in the game. And I can't lie, apart from Saka's goal, didn't really do anything, was kind of locked up. On the left-hand side as well, Martinelli wasn't really into the game. Eze wasn't really into, he played one lovely pass into Saka before the goal. But apart from that, wasn't really in the game. And Gyökeres, I thought, had a terrible game, if I'm being honest, man. It was bouncing off him. He wasn't holding the ball right. He wasn't very strong in there. He had a couple of opportunities where he was getting the ball into quite a lot of space, but he couldn't beat his man. And yeah, he didn't have a very good game at all, man, to be honest with you. But again, it was more down to defense, really. And kind of the midfield, I feel like Declan Rice in out possession was making a few crucial blocks as well, and tackles in that kind of middle of the park. But, bro, Arsenal were having it. Well, they were finding it hard to live with Baleba and Jorginho, sorry. Jorginho's strength and power. He was winning a lot of free kicks. That's who got Mascara booked. And then, yeah, Baleba's energy and intensity, and obviously his athleticism was really helping Brighton win the ball back. They just lacked a lot of quality in the final third. Had a couple of crosses in there that went wide and stuff like that, that they should have kind of tested Ray a little bit more in the first half, but nothing really clear cut. In the second half, again, similar. Also, really only had a few chances towards the end. And yeah, Brighton had a few kind of headers where they probably should have done a little bit better, free headers at the back stick, but there wasn't really getting any kind of change through like the long shots or kind of through the wing plays, or kind of having to kind of cross it through a diagonal. And Arsenal were kind of clearing the majority, whether it's Gabriel Nkapie, like I said. Then you get onto the likes of Arsenal's kind of chances, brought on Trossard, brought on Havertz for Gyökeres, brought on Norgard, and obviously brought on kind of Fury from Scary, who was on the yellow card. And Trossard had an excellent chance. He had a chance that was set up, and he just hit it wide, man. Poor opportunity. Havertz had a couple of opportunities that he had a couple of shots at the keeper. And yeah, that was kind of it, really, man. But what I will say, the substitutions definitely killed some momentum in the game for Brighton, because again, towards that second half, the first part of the second half, they were definitely building up a little bit of steam and momentum in that kind of period of game. But I think the substitutions kind of broke up that kind of momentum. Pardon me. Also, obviously, we're slowing the game down, taking long for throw-ins, taking long for goal kicks, doing those kind of things to kind of, like I said, take away from the kind of momentum of the game. And in the end, man, We end up winning the game 1-0. Like I said, it wasn't a perfect performance, especially from the attack. We didn't really create too many chances, but I think defensively, we've got to give a lot of praise to the team, man, because defensively, again, Raya, as much as Brighton had a lot of possession and looked dangerous, Bray didn't really have to make much saves. I think one save from Jorginho that he saved pretty comfortably, that he pushed around the corner. But apart from that, for Brighton team that are at home, for your keeper to make one save, it wasn't look like they were peppering our goal. I think defensively, the structure and the kind of application. What I will say, even though Brighton was very good in terms of off the ball, I think Arsenal matched their application in terms of defensively off the ball as well. That's why Nkapie, Gabriel, and all these Rice was making these blocks, these last-ditch tackles to kind of prevent Brighton from getting any kind of real serious attempts on goal. And we ended up winning the game 1-0. And like I said, I'm watching the game, I'm doing a watch along for it, and then I end up hearing that Manchester City go 1-0 or something in a K. That's going to be a sure thing. Semenyo scoring again. They're going to go on to win 2 or 3-0. Then Gibbs White out of nowhere scores the equalizer. I'm like, maybe there could be a thing they drop points. And I'm like, nah. And lo and behold, from a set piece for them, Rodri scores to make it 2-1. And I'm like, yeah, job's done. They're going to get the 3 points. And then out of nowhere, I seen the goal, man. Absolute sensational goal from Elliot Anderson outside the box, similar to kind of the Cunha finish that Cunha scored against Arsenal for Manchester United, to make it 2-2. And yeah, I turned over after the Arsenal game and I seen they had a shot off the line, literally last kick of the game. I think it was Marmoush had a shot that was clear off the line by Morello to keep it 2-2. And what a massive result that is for both Arsenal and Manchester City. That means Arsenal are now 7 points clear, having played the game in hand. And now what brings as well is that game in hand we thought us City are definitely going to win. That's not certified now because again they've just dropped points to Nottingham Forest at home. They're going to have Crystal Palace at home. So again, that brings a little bit of doubt if they're definitely going to win that with the pressure on. So fantastic game week for Arsenal. 7 points clear, like I said, where I've been playing the game more. So even if they win that game in hand, it's still going to be 4. So it gives you a little bit of, again, a bit of wiggle room. Even if you lost that Etihad, that you will still be top of the league. So for me, we have to try and, in my personal opinion, capitalize again. Make sure we go further ahead again. I think there's a couple of times now. The next Premier League game we play before Manchester City. I think they play on the Sunday against. They play on the Saturday at 8:30 or 8 o'clock. Sorry, we play 5:30 UK time. So there'll be a little bit of an opportunity to, because we've got Everton at home, a little bit of an opportunity to make it a 10-point gap before they actually play against West Ham. And again, sometimes you actually don't want to be playing these relegation sides towards the end of the season because they really need the points. And at any point will help, whether it's a point or 3. So yeah, man, that's very, very positive news for us. But yeah, for us, man, we take the 3 points and Manchester City drop 2 points at home. And hopefully this could be the beginning of something really special for Arsenal. But yeah, you guys in the comments, let me know what you think about the performance of Arsenal's kind of chances of winning the league. And for more content, you guys know what to do. Like, share, subscribe, and follow T Channel Sports. And I'll be back soon, people. Peace and love. And come on, you Gunners.